How the world will be deceived to accept the mark of the beast, part 1. Watch this video to avoid the trap of the Antichrist. For thousands of years, we have been forewarned about the coming of the Antichrist. We have had ample time to prepare for the tragedy that will follow the arrival of the Antichrist. We know of the dangers, we know of the promise, and we know of the retribution. So we cannot be deceived, right? Wrong. Many will fall into his antics. Despite the Bible's warnings of the coming of the son of perdition, many will take the mark of the beast. Why? That is what this podcast is all about. In this podcast, we will examine why billions of people will take the number 666 despite knowing this danger. It won't just be non-believers. People of faith will be tempted and stumble. They will stumble because they disregard the signs of the time. They will stumble because they will lean on their own strength to withstand the 1,000-year plan of Satan. The reason why many people will take the mark of the beast is discussed in Revelation 13, verses 16 to 7. According to the Bible, no one can buy or sell unless they have the mark and the name of the beast, or the number of his name. We often think these events will happen suddenly when we read the book of Revelation. However, the truth is that the spirit of the Antichrist is already at work in the world. In 2 Corinthians 4:4, it is mentioned that the God of this age has blinded the minds of unbelievers, so they cannot see the light of the gospel. This shows that the devil is already actively deceiving people. If we ask people today whether they will receive the mark of the beast, most would say no, because they understand the significance and origin. But how will the Antichrist, the devil, recruit people to accept the mark? There are two major ways: deception and idolatry. Deception is the first approach the devil uses. He is known as the father of lies and will come as a man of peace, deceiving the world into believing that he is a solution to all problems. He won't reveal his true intentions initially, but the world will trust and worship him. The Antichrist will speak evil against God, blaspheming his name, and shift people's focus from God to himself. His deceptive strategy will make millions worship him. Some say it is not just a mark. What harm can it do to me? Others will rationalize. They will say if God did not want me to take the mark, he would not have allowed this to happen. But God is not the source of evil. Evil happens because we exercise our free will to disobey God. Evil happens because we rely on our judgment instead of adhering to the warnings and the promises contained in the Bible. In Psalm 121, 7 through 8, God was emphatic in his promise. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The Lord will keep you going out and you're coming in from this time forth and forevermore. But as written in Deuteronomy 28, the condition for this promise is obedience. And if you faithfully obey the voice of the Lord your God, being careful to do all his commandments that I command you today, the Lord your God will set you high above all the nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you if you obey the voice of the Lord your God. Many people, even though those who were once faithful, will miss the promise because the spirit of disobedience will overtake them. They will accept the damnation of the mark of the beast because they cannot trust and obey God. Stay tuned for part 2 as we rebuild the city. Ashe.